Hey guys, it's Patdees. Patdees in the house. Actually, no, I'm cold in the car. You know what? I'm gonna take the glasses off. I'm getting a little bit of glare there, so that'll clear up the glare. I don't know if you get those anti-glare glasses, if that still shows up through the camera or not. But what I want to talk about today is Instacart. If anybody that follows me knows I do Instacart on the side, I've been doing it since February. And what I want to talk about today is the bonus. If anyone doesn't know, what happens is when we do Instacart, we get assigned batches when you select your hours, unless you're doing on demand. And you have 3 minutes to accept it. So you pretty much see what you're going to get plus the tip. But there is an incentive, at least there was. Now it's going away. We just got a email the other day, about 2 days ago, and my son does it too. And he reached out to me and said that, hey, Dad, did you hear that they're doing away with the bonus? And at first I was like, well, and there's nothing you can do. I mean, Instacart holds all the cards as far as the pay structure of what they're doing, but and I'm also working on a video, the pros and cons and tips of doing Instacart. And I was going to probably get that out in the next couple of days, but I thought, you know what, let's put this out now to kind of talk about what's going on as far as the bonus structure. The bonus structure is that basically when you make a delivery, if the customer leaves a 5-star review, you get $3. So that $3 is really important, because if you're doing a delivery, for example, like many times you're getting basically 30 cents an item on average, and that can even include the tip. So you could be delivering 40 items and getting $12. Now, if a customer is a little bit more generous, I mean, I try to aim when I do Instacart. My goal is to try to make $15 an hour doing Instacart, because you got to keep in mind you have to pay the taxes out of that, and you got to pay for your gas out of that. And obviously, there's wear and tear on the car. Now, you can legally, if you keep track of your miles, you can deduct, a portion of that for your mileage usage, doing Instacart. The $3, I always looked at it like, if I made a delivery, and if you're averaging, especially in my area, I'm from the Scranton, Wilkes-Barre area. In my area, where I live in Lake Wallenpaupack in the Poconos. So I have to travel when I select my hours for the Scranton market. I have to travel about 25 miles to get there. Now, obviously, you can't deduct to get there miles. You can only deduct the miles that what it takes to do the batches and stuff like that. But there's many a times I could be in that vicinity of the Scranton market. There's 100,000 people, for example, and I go to Scranton, I go to Dixon City, I go to Clark Summit, Archibald, Jessup, Dunmore. But that could be a good 20-mile circle. So there's plenty of times I could be 8 miles away from the store and have to travel to the store, because you never know. You don't get to pick the stores that you get to shop at. They're assigned to you. You have the right to turn down an order if you feel that it's not. But if you turn down too many orders, then you're not going to get no orders. And if you're already there to work, you're not paying the bills if you're turning down orders. So there's plenty of times I have to drive, let's say 10, 12 miles to deliver something to a customer. And, they don't factor in the drive back, to the store and stuff like that. So it's really important to $15 an hour is where you want to be, so that in a sense you could pretty much net $10 for yourself, because you're going to figure, 250, in gas, and let's say 250 in taxes, and you're down to $10. I mean, and don't forget, you're using your stuff, and Instacart's not, there's no workman's comp, there's no unemployment if something happens. So, the $3 bonus that they're taking away, I always count on that money as gas money, in a sense. And let's say even in a day or 2 days, you're doing 10 batches or 10 deliveries. And that's, if every customer leaves a 5-star review, that's $30. That's the gas money. So now what's happening is, you really got to think, maybe $15 an hour is not enough anymore. You almost need basically $18 an hour to kind of make it worthwhile. I see a lot of batches coming up lately. I think the minimum is like $7, but there are times that, to be honest, the $7, no tip. And you sort of do the math. You're going to lose $1.50 in taxes. Now you're losing another two. Because it doesn't matter if you're driving pretty much 10 miles and then back and forth. You got to figure every delivery is costing you $2 to $3 in gas, and that's gas. That's back and forth and stuff like that. Uh, and not just that. Sometimes with these orders, if you got a $7 or $10 order, you're tying your time up to get to, so you're taking away yourself to potentially do another. In other words, I would rather take a $35 order with, let's say, 60 items and tie myself up for two hours, instead of sometimes taking a $9 order and then getting another $10. So you're tying now 2 hours up to get $17 to $19 for those two batches, when you would get $35 just doing one good order. That goes for 2 hours and stuff like that. I saw an order actually on demand last night. Me and my wife were out eating at Texas Roadhouse, and it was $59, which was probably the highest I've seen, but it was something like 71 items, and I think it was a $20 tip. People don't realize the work that's involved in delivering groceries. Some of these places, it's hard to park. You pull up and you got to carry 18, 20 bags. Um, and Sorry about that. And then a call coming in the middle of doing this, so I just hit decline. So I'm not sure if that'll pop up on the sound or not. If it did, I apologize. Again, I want to do real quick here. And even with the $3 bonuses, um, not everybody gave you. What happens is, after delivery, is the person has 2 or 3 days, I think it's 3 days, they have to go in and on the app and rate the shopper. um they're getting, my son also told me, they're getting to a point where they have some Instacart people already in the stores, where we go and pick up the bags. But he told me something last night, that they have it right now at one of our stores at Price Chopper, that pretty much they'll use Instacart, that you don't deliver, but Instacart will pick the order and get it ready for the customer, and you just go there and pick it up. So eliminating the delivery driver. So it's getting tougher. And look, I get it. Instacart needs to make money and stuff. I think that's what was happening is, let's say, for example, you get a $12, $15 order, and in other words, that's what I'm getting paid. And let's say the groceries were only $45. Instacart's making very little off of that. And in reality, they're probably losing money, because they're only getting, I think it's like $3.99, or if so much, they're working off a low. They need the volume to really make it work, their business model. So they're making little profits, as far as you know that is so it might be 3 or 4%, but their goal is to probably um doing more and more in the market. And if you're doing a couple $1 billion and you still make 2 or 3% off that, there's still money for them to make. But building up the customer base and acquisition cost of getting customers is expensive. So I think that $3 bonus, but that's going to affect a lot of people. That's going to affect a lot of people that count on that money as part of their pay structure, and as part as offsetting the cost of the fuel to do Instacart. So it's very disappointing. Um, I don't know. I wish there was a different way. It's easy for us as shoppers, that do it, to say, oh, they shouldn't do this, they shouldn't do that. But I get it. It's obviously a decision that I don't think they took lightly. But it makes us as shoppers, what we really gotta make sure that we're the other day, for example, then I'll let you guys go. Is I had a delivery, and it was actually 3 deliveries, and they were all like $7 deliveries, but it was kind of confusing because what happens is it's customer A, customer B, customer C. So when you're doing the delivery in the store, you got to keep track of um, what stuff is for what customer and stuff like that. So you basically better have separate bags because, the carts aren't made up to have like 3 different areas to, you know, you got to keep, you make sure you're not giving, let's say someone's apples to, let's say customer B's getting apples and you're not giving the apples to customer A. So that was the first time I got 3 the other day. I generally don't like to do that. I like to I'd rather keep it 1 or 2, really 2 at the max. Because it can get confusing. I mean, I understand why they do it because a lot of people, shoppers, don't want to take a $7 order because it's not economically makes sense for them. Um, there was a situation I got $19 for 3 orders, um, and it tied me up for about an hour and 20 minutes. That wasn't too bad. But you had to stop 3 different times. There was one place the parking was kind of not too good, and I had to park out front, and it was outside of like an assisted living place and stuff like that. And sometimes some of these places you get in, nobody knows, well, I don't know who ordered it, where to go, and stuff like that. So, hey guys, I really appreciate you guys following me and following my channel. People that do Instacart, if you guys are interested in doing Instacart, there's still money to be made. Down in the description below is my referral code. If you use my referral code, I get a bonus as far as a shopper. I think if you use my referral code as a customer, I think you get $5 off right away, your first order, and they give me $5. So try it out. Try that. Try my referral code out if you want to be a shopper that wants stuff delivered in your area, or if you want to become a delivery guy, or a person or lady like myself that delivers to customers. Check that out. I'm still gonna stick with it. I do it on the side. So I mean, I notice what's happening lately though is, like, for example, I made $240 last week. It's taking more batches to make $240. Back in March, if I made $240, I probably could have made that in 14 batches, 14 deliveries. Now it's taking about 18 to 19 deliveries. Um, but there's more and more shoppers in our area now, in the Scranton. Now, there is an on-demand in my area, but I have to go 10 miles away from the store that does it. So I enjoy it, though. I'll be honest. In other words, I like talking to the people in the store, and they always look at me like, why is this guy so friendly? And I talk to the employees and stuff like that. But and I see some other Instacart people walking around with headphones on, so they must not talk to people. And they just they do what they do, and I get in, hi, how are you? And I talk to the people I deliver to and stuff like that. So I enjoy it for the most part. It is a nice little side gig, and that's it. And I'm hoping still to continue doing it, but we'll see what happens. All right, guys, have a nice day. Give me a thumbs up. And again, please comment below and like and subscribe to my channel. Patdees72 is my channel. Patdees is my name. And have a great day. Bye.